Oh shit. Oh!
But,
Hello horror fans and welcome to Oh the Horror. Today we're going to be doing a review of the much anticipated sequel to The Conjuring 2, directed by James Wan.
So The Conjuring 2 picks up from where the first one left off, following Ed and Lorraine Warren. They're being sent to London to investigate the Enfield hauntings, which was a real haunting that took place in the 70s. They're being sent by the church to investigate whether it's a hoax or whether it's the real deal.
So what did we like about this movie? What did you like about the movie?
The main thing I liked was the fact it was rooted in reality, because they used the actual Enfield hauntings, and the way they did it was they kind of had you questioning throughout the film whether it was a hoax or whether it was the real thing, which was quite clever, but at the same time they threw in their own little storyline, so it wasn't just kind of like a documentary of the Enfield hauntings.
Also the attention to detail in the set design based on the real events. They obviously looked at a lot of real photos of the Enfield haunting and even copied it even, because it's pretty much spot on down to like the posters on the wall and furniture.
At the end of the film, in the credits, they had like pictures of the actual haunting compared with the film, and they got it quite accurate. It's quite cool, yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of tension in this movie. Good tension. It wasn't tension building up and then like a false jump scare. It was all, if it was a scare, it was a proper scare. It wasn't. Yeah, which is good because I hate
like
fake jump scares.
Plus, it didn't just rely on the jump scares to be scary. The actual story was scary in itself. The main demon character in it was terrifying.
The nun.
Apparently, you were saying earlier that the nun was only added in
I think it was 3 months before it was set for release. The nun character was added in. Up until then, it was just going to be a generic demon character, and I think it adds a lot to the movie because she is terrifying as fuck.
Yeah.
I think apparently she's been given her own spin-off movie. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work because the demon was impersonating the nun to kind of mock her, like Lorraine Warren's faith. So I'm not sure how, like, are they going to work with that for the spin-off?
Unless it's the spin-off, though, we should really talk about this, but the spin-off is most likely going to be like a prequel, isn't it? I reckon.
If it,
it won't have Ed and Lorraine Warren in.
If Annabelle is anything to go by, it will be a prequel, and it will be not as good as the Conjuring series.
What else? To be like character development, the characters you really care about. Ed and Lorraine Warren.
It focuses a lot more on their actual relationship in this movie, which is a lot of good character development. Like you really care about them. And James Wan is really good at creating like a family environment where like you feel like they're a real family. They're just trying to go about everyday life. And I think he does that a lot with like the long shots, going around the house, just following the family, doing what they do every day at the start of the movie. I thought that was really effective. I didn't even really notice the soundtrack, which I think is a good thing because I was so engrossed in what was going on that I
think if you watched the film silently, without the music, it would make a big difference. I think it definitely added to how scary it was and the mood.
I think it just is a testament to how good of a soundtrack it was, the fact that I didn't notice it.
Yeah. I think the fact it was shot, like, well, not shot, but the fact it was based in London and it's like a big American film could have been, they could have gone really cheesy with it.
Yeah, at the start I was kind of worried it was all going to be a bit, oh, hello, like, we're all dead like Cockney, and oh, you're a wanker, like all that. But it was actually really well done. It looked like a British house, a British street, like it looked genuine, which...
I think that was a worry, that it was going to be cheesy, over the top accents, and...
But all the children actors were all really...
The acting in it was very good, yeah. Okay, so we're going to talk about what we didn't like about the film, so what didn't you like?
I think it's just the fact that the Crooked Man, as a character, it feels like it was kind of shoved into the movie and it didn't really add anything to the story. Yeah. I feel like it was kind of...
I think it felt like they were trying to make the Crooked Man almost like the main villain, but then they changed their mind.
Yeah, maybe the Crooked Man was the main villain until the nun was added in. Yeah. Like last minute.
Well, I was saying, I was thinking it was a dream sequence.
Yeah.
At first, but it wasn't.
We laughed, didn't we?
Yeah, I actually giggled when we saw.
Because to me, it just looks like Slender Man going on a fancy date with a little top hat on, and like it wasn't scary. It was, we laughed, and that is not ever a good sign when you're watching a horror.
I think they've set up the Crooked Man as kind of like a Annabelle type side story that they could spin off with.
Yeah, that's what I thought from the ending when he put that little I don't know what they're called, the little.
It's like a toy thing. Wasn't it?
The little
merry-go-round
video
type
box.
Thing.
Yeah. When he put that down on the shelf and Annabelle was there smiling in the background, I kind of thought, well, they're going to make a spin-off.
I mean, the storyline was a little bit generic, you could say.
Yeah, some people may be sick of the same cliche, you know.
Yeah, but that's horror. Most horror films tend to follow the same.
Yeah, I think it's done very well.
Yeah.
The cliches, so it's like you don't really mind because it's scary.
If you're gonna stick to that formula, you've got to do it really well.
Yeah, you better do it well, and James Wan does it very well.
Janet, are you all right?
Stop calling me Janet.
So overall, we'll give the film a 8 out of 10. Would let it down.
It would have been a 9 out of 10 if it wasn't for the Crooked Man character, because we feel it didn't add anything to the story. It detracted from the story. Yeah. But yeah, lately anything that James Wan has touched is pretty much spot on. We are enjoying James Wan.
So thanks for watching our review of The Conjuring 2. In the future we're going to be doing reviews, playthroughs, anything to do with horror. If there's anything anybody wants to request, leave it in the comments, and keep up to date with what we're doing. Subscribe to our channel.